My dear students, welcome to my next class. In this class, we are going to study the last concept of chemical kinetics, that is collision theory. So, this is the last concept in theory part. So, what is a collision theory? To understand that, what we had studied in the last class, we had understood the role of a catalyst. A catalyst is the substance that increases the rate of reaction. I am talking about the positive catalyst. How it increases the rate of reaction? It decreases the activation energy. What is an activation energy? In ground state, the energy possessed by the reacting molecules is known as normal energy, and that energy itself is not sufficient to form the activated complex, so that they need a certain minimum excess energy. That energy is called as a activation energy. The minimum excess energy required by the reactant molecules is known as activation energy. What is a threshold energy? The minimum energy possessed by the reacting molecules is called as a threshold energy. So, threshold energy is nothing but the sum of normal energy and activation energy. But how a catalyst increases the rate of reaction? The catalyst alters the path of the reaction where the activation energy is less. For example, without catalyst, the activation energy is more. As the catalyst diverts the path of reaction towards a lesser activation energy, the rate of reaction will be increased. Please keep that in your mind. The rate of reaction is always inversely proportional to the activation energy. Lesser activation energy, more will be the rate of reaction. Now, what aspects collision theory will be explaining the rate of reaction? So, collision theory also explains rate of reaction, and it will explain the mechanistic aspects, that is related to the mechanistic aspects, and also the energetics of the chemical reaction, how the energy will be changed from reactant to products, and how the reactants will be transformed into the product. What will happen mechanically among the molecules is explained. So, actually this theory, this old collision theory here. So, this theory was given by William Lewis, is one person. The other one is Max Trout. These are the William Lewis and Max Trout are the two persons who had postulated collision theory, which explains the rate of a chemical reaction. Actually, the basis for this theory is kinetic molecular theory of gases. Kinetic molecular theory of gases. We have studied in the first year in states of matter. So, that is the basis for this theory also. It considers kinetic molecular theory. According to this theory, the reactant molecules are considered to be hard spheres. So, here the reactant molecules, according to this theory, the reactant molecules are taken as hard spheres, that is incompressible spheres. This is the first postulation. And second thing is, these reactant molecules make collisions among themselves. So, what is most important here in collision theory? The reactant molecules make collisions that will transform the reactants into products. The major two postulations is one is the reactant molecules are assumed to be hard spheres, and second thing is the collisions among the reactant molecules will lead to the transformation of the reactants into the products. But not all the collisions will be giving us the product. I already told you the difference between the successful or fruitful collisions and ineffective collisions. Effective collisions means the collisions which can yield the product. The collisions, certain collisions will not be giving the product. Those are ineffective collisions. But here the rate will be, according to this, the rate will be depending on two factors. One is collision frequency here. So collision frequency, the term here it is given with Z here. So they had given a term known as collision frequency. The rate will be directly proportional to the collision frequency. And second thing, it also says that activation energy of the reaction. That means lesser activation means the rate of reaction will be more. So here these two are most important. The rate of reaction will be depending on the collision frequency as well as the activation energy. So first thing is the reactant molecules are assumed to be hard spheres. Second thing is there are collisions among the reactant molecules that leads to the formation of the product. But the colliding molecules, the collisions, not the colliding molecules, the collisions will cause the transformation of the reactants into the products, and the rate of reaction will be depending on the collision frequency and activation energy. Actually, they had given a mathematical formula for this reaction mechanism. What they had given, they had related the rate of reaction with the collision frequency and activation energy. So let us see that this is the next postulation. Mathematically, they had given a mathematical formulation. So that means here we will consider a bimolecular collisions here. So A plus B is giving rise to product. Bimolecular means here molecularity is 2 between two molecules. For this reaction, what they say is the rate of reaction can be given as ZAB into e power minus EA by RT. So this is the equation given by William Lewis and Max Strauss. So according to collision theory, the rate of reaction rate is equals to ZAB into e power minus EA by RT. Here already I told you Z is called as the frequency factor. There is nothing but the, what is meant by frequency factor? It is the number of collisions that are occurring in 1 unit volume in 1 unit of time. Total number of collisions here. But this part here, the circled part is called as a number of effective collision. We call it as Boltzmann factor also. It is called as a effective collisions. What are effective collisions? I will say now. First of all, what is this part? It is the number of effective collisions. Actually, this reaction seems to be similar to the Arrhenius equation. What is the Arrhenius equation? K is equals to A into e power minus EA by RT. Almost similar. So here rate is replaced with the rate constant in Arrhenius equation. Actually, in Arrhenius equation we have rate constant. Here in collision theory we have rate. And here A is their frequency factor. Here Z is there. That is also frequency factor. ZAB means it is the frequency factor of the AB molecules when they are colliding. AB means here the A and B are the reacting molecules. And here I am telling that this is when you compare this equation with this, the Z value is almost same as A. Experimentally, they found that the value of Z given by collision theory is almost same as Arrhenius factor. But here this is valid only for bimolecular reaction. First thing is these collisions are bimolecular collisions occurring between two molecules. And also most important thing is these are bimolecular reactions. And second thing is elementary reactions. So this equation is successfully explaining and valid for bimolecular reactions, that means bimolecular collisions, and elementary reactions. Elementary reactions means the reactions in which there exists only one step. That means in single step the reactants will be transformed into the products. So it successfully explains the bimolecular reactions, bimolecular and elementary reactions. But in many of the cases where the complex molecules are large molecules are involving, the Z value is deviating from A. Z is deviating from A. For simple molecules and atoms it is valid, but if you take large molecules and complex reactions, there is a deviation of Z value from A. So why these deviations are occurring? How the deviations we can correct here? So let us see here. I told you that this is effective collisions. Here, to have effective collisions means the collisions which will yield the product. Just now as I told, all the collisions will not give the product. Only certain collisions will give the product. So here just now I told you that there is a factor called as effective collisions. That is nothing but the fraction of effective collisions. So what are the effective collisions? Effective collisions means there should be a minimum energy for the reacting molecules. There should be minimum energy for reacting molecules. That is nothing but what we call it as threshold energy. Please remember that minimum excess energy required is called as activation energy. Minimum energy possessed by the reacting molecules is always threshold energy. Not only that, the collisions must have proper orientations. Collisions must have a proper orientation. Orientation means direction of the collisions. So that if they are colliding, simply if they collide, they can't give the product. First thing, the colliding molecule should have a minimum energy, that is threshold energy. Second thing, orientation. For example, if they have minimum energy and there is no proper orientation among the reacting molecules, nothing but the direction or the path. If there is no orientation, that will be not giving any product. That is ineffective collision. If they have proper orientation, but the reacting molecule, if they do not have the proper energy, then also the collisions will be ineffective. So both are required. Actually, while the reacting molecules are colliding, what will happen? The reacting molecules, due to collisions, their existing bonds will be broken and new bonds will be formed. So to break that existing bonds, the reacting molecule should have minimum energy. That means if they have lesser kinetic energy, even though they collide with a proper orientation, that collision will not break the existing bond. If existing bond doesn't break, it cannot give the product. For example, if it has sufficient energy, but if the collisions is not proper, the direction is not proper, collision will not be occurring in a proper way, and so that will not give the product. So both are important here. So let us see with an example here. If you consider the example of, we all know that alkyl halide, primary alkyl halide undergoes a nucleophilic substitution in SN2 mechanism. We all know that already, we have learned here. So this is the reaction here. So what is Br called as a leaving group or leaving nucleophile. The OH minus is called as the incoming nucleophile. If you consider this example to explain these two factors, we will understand. For example, let us assume that both the reactants have the minimum energy. They have the minimum threshold energy. Now they should have the proper orientation to give the effective collisions, and so the products are formed. Let us see how the effective collisions here. For example, here if you take this molecule here, let us take this methyl bromide here. You all know that CBr bond is polar. Why? Because bromine is more electronegative. So that here partial negative charge will be there on bromide and partial positive charge on the carbon. Now, if you take this reaction, the OH minus will be colliding with this reactant or substrate. Let us see if there is no proper orientation. For example, here, no proper orientation. First one is no proper orientation. I am considering that there is no proper orientation. I will show what is meant by a proper orientation. For example, here, this is the substrate here, and this is CBr here. So here, it is OH minus is coming in this direction where Br minus is existing. What will happen here? Clearly you can see that a slight partial negative charge on Br and here a complete negative charge on OH minus. So because of the similar charges, what will happen? There will be repulsion. That means it will be bounced back. The reactants will be bounced back. They move far away. Why? If you keep a north pole to north pole or south pole to a south pole, there will be repulsions. In the same way, when these alkyl halide and incoming nucleophile coming closer to collide, what will happen? The direction is not proper. This is not the right direction, because in this direction there will be repulsions. So because of the repulsions, they cannot collide with a proper impact, or these collisions will be, there is no product here. So no product formed here, no product here. On the other hand, let us see a proper orientation. What is meant by proper orientation? I will write here the same, I will write here with the proper orientation. First one is without proper orientation. The second one is the same, I am writing once again here. So here the alkyl halide, this is the alkyl halide. And this is the incoming nucleophile. If there is a proper orientation means here I will show here, this is the alkyl halide. Here Br minus is presenting, and now if this OH minus attacks this carbonium ion, I mean carbon with slight positive charge, it is not carbonium ion, only slight positive charge. So from the back side, here it is attacking from the front side. So that what happened here? Repulsion. But now what will happen here? If it attacks this carbon from the back side, that means the direction is proper now. It is not attacking here. So that OH minus is attacking from the back side. I mean to say that that OH minus attacks from the back side. This is the right direction. What will happen? The product will be formed. This collision will break the existing bond. CBr bond is broken, and what is the new bond formed here? COH new bond will be formed, and Br minus will be the leaving group. See here, product is formed here. Why the product is formed here? Because here first thing, the reactant molecules have the minimum required energy, that is threshold energy, and also the collision have proper orientation, that is direction. So it is attacking from the back side. So readily it attacks because here it has a slight positive charge and OH minus has a negative charge, so that easily the COH bond will be formed and the CBr bond will be broken, and so it results in the fruitful collision. So this is what explained by the collision theory. So collisions must have a minimum energy and they should also have a proper orientation. But here I told you that there is a significant deviation for the value of Z from the Arrhenius factor capital A. Only for the simple molecules, bimolecular elementary reactions, that Z value is coinciding with the value of Arrhenius factor capital A. But when there is a complexity, there is a significant deviation when the size of the molecules is increasing. So that here, and one more correction is made to the equation. What is that equation earlier? So this is the equation, rate is equals to Z AB into e power minus EA by RT. Why there is a necessity to make some corrections to it? Because the Z value is found to be deviated when there is a complexity in the reaction, that is number of molecules are more, or certain other factors like complex reactions. If they are complex reactions, Z is deviating. So what they did is another equation, simple modification, that is equals to rate is equals to P into ZAB into ZAB, you can write ZAB into e power minus EA by RT. So what is this here? So Z, you know, frequency factor, number of collisions in unit volume in given time, and it is the number of fruitful collisions. Here it is called as a probability factor, or it is also called as a steric factor. Steric means that is related to the arrangement of the groups or atoms. For example, when you take larger molecules, there will be large number of groups on the central atom, so that they will hinder the attack of the other reactants. So they will prevent the collisions when the size is large, when more branches are there. So probability factor accounts the steric hindrance of the molecule. So about a probability factor you will learn in your higher studies. That is explained by the advanced collision theory. But what is basically probability factor means it will consider the steric arrangement, stereochemical arrangement or arrangement of the groups around the atoms. Maybe if you take organic molecules, arrangement of the alkyl groups or any other groups on carbon will be considered. Now after introducing this value, it was found that it is valid even for the complex reactions. So this is what the corrected rate equation by collision theory. But major drawback of this is why we should have to consider the reacting molecules as odd spheres. That is the major drawback. So I already told you that without correction there is a deviation, but why it is causing a deviation is not explained. These are the two major drawbacks. Major drawback is why we have to consider the reacting molecules as hard spheres. So let us recall all the postulates very quickly. According to collision theory, the reactant molecules will make collisions to transform themselves into the product. So according to this, all the reacting molecules are assumed to be hard spheres. The collisions among the molecules will be giving the products, but the collisions should have a minimum, the rate of reaction will be depending on the collision frequency Z and also activation energy. According to collision theory, the rate is equals to Z into e power minus EA by RT, and Z is called as a collision frequency and EA is activation energy. And here it explained that the colliding molecule should have a proper orientation and also a minimum required energy. Both are essential to be successful. That means to have effective collisions, the colliding molecules should be having a proper direction or orientation and also energy. But it is applicable, that equation is applicable only for the bimolecular collisions. Bimolecular means simply there are collisions between two molecules here. But if there are more than two molecules, molecularity is more, several collisions will occur. In that case, Z is found to be deviated because there are more number of collisions are occurring. That may be having a proper energy or may not be having, but anyway there is a deviation in the complex reaction. And finally they have made a correction, that is rate is equals to P into, for higher and complex reactions, P into ZAB, or you can say Z into e power minus EA by RT. Here P is taken as the steric factor. These are all the theory concepts and some of the objective we have discussed. In the next class we will discuss some of the additional concepts related to purely objective examination. Thank you.